Then what I would like to do then right now, and without further ado, is welcome you to and introduce you to our hosts for this afternoon's soiree, Powell and Gwendolyn Crosley.
Merry Christmas. Good afternoon. I am Gwendolyn Crosley, and I'm so happy to see all of you here back at Seagate for a Victorian Christmas.
And I am Powell Crosley, and I'm thrilled to see that all of you read your invitations and dressed up in your finest Victorian garb.
Ooh, he looks lovely.
He does. I like that one. It's
Well
a
done,
great,
sir.
good tuxedo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful program for you today. We will be performing below in the great room.
Yes, my wife and I will be doing a two-person version of Charles Dickens' classic tale, A Christmas Carol.
You're welcome.
And my wife has gone out and hired a few other actors who are going to be coming here. I have yet to see them, but they're going to be performing in some of the other rooms, some other stories. Yes.
Snookums, my duck, my dove, my pookie kid.
That one's private.
Yes. Well, I know that I was in charge of procuring the extra entertainment.
Yes.
However, I was getting ready.
Yes, and you look lovely.
Thank you, my dear. And so I passed along those duties to our houseboy, Gulliver.
Gulliver, yes.
Yes, lovely boy. And then you gave him the afternoon off. So it's your fault.
Might have been an oversight.
Yes.
Anyone out there
Do
know
any
any
of you
Christmas
know a
stories?
story you'd
You
like
sure
to
you're
share
dressed
with
up?
the group?
Got anything you can tell us? How I came across this sweater?
Sebastian!
Sebastian! How are you at multitasking?
How are you at spicing?
I can certainly show Merry Christmas.
I've done it before.
Kindly bring to you.
It's Gulliver! He never listens to me.
Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some piggy pudding. Oh, bring us some piggy pudding. Oh, bring us some piggy pudding.
And a cup of good cheer.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, my. Hello, Gulliver. Oh, I'm so pleased that you were able to come today.
Glad you didn't listen to me.
Thank you, yes.
Please introduce yourself to the group.
Yes, well, my name is Gulliver. I am the lovable houseboy, and there is no other place that I would rather be on my afternoon off celebrating holiday festivities than the Powell Crosley estate. Yes.
Good boy, good boy.
You're getting a raise.
No, it's not. No.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I've come here today with two lovely ladies who are going to be performing shows with you, and the lovely great Aunt Victoria who's going to be singing carols.
Why is she out of her room?
Yes, yes.
Get out of your room.
Well,
no, I want to sing some Christmas songs. Oh, wonderful. We're happy to have you. Thank you.
I will let these two ladies introduce themselves, and they will tell you what rooms that they will be performing in and what shows that they will be performing.
Wonderful.
Madeline, we'll start with you, love.
Oh, thank you. Love. I know. Thank you so much, Gulliver. You're such a lovable houseboy.
Thank you.
Well,
Right, go find some mistletoe, you two.
oh, well, today I'm going to be telling a lovely story about, and my name is Madeline Bray, of course.
yay,
And I will be telling a lovely story about the holidays and giving and watches, and it's by an American author, O. Henry, and it's called Gift of the Mad
I want to see that.
And it should be up,
I want to see that.
up in the Bayside room.
I'm going to see that.
Oh,
yes, you
I'd
are.
love to have you, Great Aunt Victoria.
Hello, Great Aunt Vicky.
Hello.
Sweetheart.
It's your side of the family.
Yes.
And my name is Betsy Trotwood.
She is.
I am. I have been my entire life. And today I'm going to be in the library. Now, don't let it fool you because there's no books in there.
There's no books there.
None at
I
all.
took them all.
However, you're going to get two for the price of one, as I will be here telling you two stories. First, from the Pickwick Papers,
Yes.
The Goblin Who Stole the Scent.
That's a Halloween story.
Actually, no, I know it sounds terribly spooky, but I promise it is a Christmas tale. Secondly, we will thrill you with the cheerful story of the Little Match Girl.
Laugh right.
Yes, that's
The
a
light
cheery
comedy.
little song.
I love
Oh,
it.
it sounds like a wonderful afternoon of entertainment. But before we get started, could we sing a few more Christmas carols?
let's.
Oh, wonderful. Let's start with that one you taught me this morning, a solo.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I know that one. Yes, you do.
Oh, lovely. You can sing it with us.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey ho, nobody home, no meat,
Hey,
nor drink,
ho,
nor money, have
nobody
none.
home, no meat,
Still
no
I will be
drink, no
merry.
money,
Hey ho,
will be merry. Hey,
nor drink,
ho,
nor money, have I none. Still I will be merry. Hey ho, nobody home. Hey ho, nobody home.
A soul and a soul and a soul cake. Please, good mistress, a soul cake. An apple and a pear and a plum or a cherry. Any old thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. God bless the master of this house and the mistress also, and all the little children who round your table go. The cattle in your stable, the dog by your front door, and all who dwell within your gates, we wish you 10 times more. A soul and a soul and a soul cake. Please, good mistress, a soul cake. An apple and a pear and a plum or a cherry. Any old thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. Go down into your cellar and see what you can find. It's dark and your barrels are not empty. We hope you will be kind. We hope you will be kind with your apples and strawberries. Or we'll come no more soul until this time next year. A soul and a soul and a soul cake. Please, good mistress, a soul cake. An apple and a pear and a plum or a cherry. Any old thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. The streets are very dirty, my shoes are very thin. I've got a little pocket to put a penny in. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you. A soul and a soul and a soul cake. Please, good mistress, a soul cake. An apple and a pear and a plum or a cherry. Any old thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us. And to the Lord sing praises and peace within this place. And have true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas of beauty and grace. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Oh, well done, everyone. Excellent.
Love that.
Well, I'd like to sing another song.
Yes?
A little traveling song. I think we've been on these stairs long enough. Let's sing Jingle Bells and everyone join along.
Yes.
You all know this.
I am
1, 2, 3, 4. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle, 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 jingle all the way, oh jingle. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle, 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 jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
A day or 2 ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bride was seated by my side.
The horse was green and light. Misfortune seemed his loss. He got into a drifting train
And really got upset. Oh, jingle,
jingle,
jingle, jingle, jingle all the way. Jingle, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle, 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 jingle all the way, oh jingle. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open jingle. All the way, oh jingle. Oh, excellent. Very good. Yes, down the hall, last door on the left. Yes.
Oh, thank you, but no, that wasn't the ooh.
Oh, all right, very
No,
good.
I'm just so terribly excited, and I hope it's not too presumptuous. I was wondering if I could request a song.
Certainly, Betsy.
We all know Deck the Hall, didn't we?
Yes.
Well,
not in this house. They won't allow us to decorate in this house. They won't allow us to. Oh,
Yes, I'm thinking.
shush.
Deck the
How about ladies versus gentlemen?
yes.
Excellent. Ladies first.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
La 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 la.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
La 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 la.
Don we now our gay apparel. La 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la.
See the blazing Yule before us.
La 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 la.
Strike the hop and join the chorus.
La 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. La 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 la. While I still of Yuletide treasure. La 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 la. Pass away the old year passes.
La 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses.
La 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 la. Sing rejoice all together. La 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 la. Heed the song of wind and weather. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Oh, excellent. I think it was a tie.
Oh no! Can I request a song now? Yes, you can, my little pumpkin.
All right, yes. I
and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. We are daily beggars who beg from door to door, and we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children who round your table go. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
Ah, well done. Suits on! Well, ladies and gentlemen, we could sit out here all afternoon and sing Christmas carols, but that's not why you came. You came to hear some stories. So, Sebastian, front and center, tell these people where to go.
Oh, gracious.
All right. Well, as I had mentioned earlier, you'd be going into the great room. Now you know it's to see a Christmas carol.
Yes.
And then in the second show slot, you'll all be going into the library for the goblin who stole the sexton and the little match girl. And in the third show slot, you'll be going up to Bayside to see the gift of the Magi. If any of you forget, we'll help to remind you.
I
between the
will
show slots.
remind.
Now it's going to be about 6 or 7 minutes before the show, but take your time. You can work your way into the great room. You can also go and get some wine or
Let's go
beer
get some
or a
wine.
candy bar.
Right,
Anyway,
right.
everyone, go to your room.
Ladies and gentlemen, may our ghostly little story haunt your houses pleasantly. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted, hand at the grindstone Scrooge, a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and as sharp as steel, from which no stone had ever struck out generous fire, secret and self-contained, and solitary as an oyster. Oh. Marley was dead to begin with. Dead as a doornail. Mind you, I don't know what there is particularly dead about a doornail. I might have been inclined myself to regard the coffin nail as the deadest piece of ironmongery in the trade, but the wisdom of our ancestors is in the simile. You will therefore permit me to repeat emphatically that Marley was dead as a doornail. Scrooge knew that Marley was dead. Of course he did. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners for, well, I don't know how many years. Well, he was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole friend, and his sole mourner. And even Scrooge was not so dreadfully cut up by the sad event, but that he was an excellent man of business on the very day of the funeral, and solemnized it with an undoubted bargain. Oh, the mention of Marley's funeral brings me back to the point I started from. There can be no doubt that Marley was dead. This must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come from the story we are going to relate.
Wonderful day at my counting house, counting my money. Nothing I like more. Yes, just walk through the streets silently. Merry Christmas. Who said that? Oh, you, stand up. No, you, stand up. Look, everyone, it's my nephew, Fred. Yes, come to wish me a Merry Christmas, I suppose. And invite me to your Christmas dinner. Yes, well, let's have out with it. Wish me a Merry Christmas. Bah, humbug! Out upon Christmas. Did I just tell you to sit down? Stand up! Out upon Christmas, if I could work my will, every idiot who went about with a Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. Now, sit down. Idiot. You, stand up. Stand up if you're going to talk to me. Out collecting money for the poor again, I see. Yes. Well, I don't make merry at Christmas time, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry either. Yes. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? My taxes go to pay for those establishments, and they cost enough. And the poor may go there. And if they would rather die than go there, well, then they'd better do it and decrease the surplus population. Sit down. Oh, my God. Stand up. Look, everyone, it's my clerk, Bob Cratchit. Yes, I suppose you're going to want the whole day off for Christmas tomorrow. Yes, well, it's not convenient and it's not fair. If I were to dock you half a crown from your pay for it, you'd find yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. Yet you don't find me ill-used for providing a full day's pay for no wage, for no work. Yes, yes, but it's a pitiful excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But still, I suppose you must have the whole day. Well, you'd better be here all the earlier the next day. You got it? At least you're quiet. Sit down. One more idiot asking Merry Christmas. You want some money? Ah! Have to get that fixed. Just gonna go into my house. Nothing like going outside to get inside. Yes. There are so many people who wish they could be me and have a house designed by Escher. Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge. Would you like to come to Christmas dinner, Uncle Scrooge? No, I don't want to come to Christmas dinner. You clearly don't eat enough to even allow yourself to stand up for more than a minute at a time. Can I have the whole day off for Christmas, Mr. Scrooge? You can have your whole life off in the unemployment line for all I care, Bob. There we go. Get ready. Nothing but the finest. Excellent, very good. I'm feeling a bit peckish. I think I'll make some gruel. I like gruel. Gruel is cheap, and cheap is good.
Scrooge! Scrooge!
I know him. He is Marley's ghost. How now? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then? You're particular for a shade.
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Well, do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because the little thing affects my senses. A slight disorder of the stomach. You might be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than of the grave of you, whatever you are. Look here, look here. Do you see this toothpick?
I do.
You're not even looking at it.
But I see it notwithstanding.
Well, I have but to swallow this and be for the rest of my days persecuted by a legion of goblins, all of my own creation. Humbug, I tell you, humbug. Oh, mercy, dreadful apparition, why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do, I must. Jacob, you are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard, and of my own free will I wore it. Is its pattern strange to you? Or would you know the weight and length of the coil you bear yourself? It was as heavy and as long as this 7 Christmas Eves ago, and you have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Jacob Marley, tell me more, but speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. Nor can I tell you all that I would. Very little time is permitted me. Look upon me, Ebenezer, captive, bound, and double-ironed. No space of regret can make amends for one life's opportunity misused.
But Jacob, you were always such a good man of business.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. Oh, at this time of the rolling year I suffer most. Why did I walk through crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned down and never raise them up to that blessed star which led the wise men to a poor abode? Hear me. My time is nearly gone.
I will, Jacob, but don't be hard upon me, I pray.
How it is that I appear before you in a shape that you can see, I may not tell. I have sat invisible beside you for many and many a day, and that is no light part of my penance. I am here tonight to warn you. You have yet a chance and a hope of escaping my fate. A chance and a hope of my procuring Ebenezer.
Jacob, you were always a good friend to me. Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and a hope of which you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
Well, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tonight when the bell tolls 1.
Could I not have them all at once, Jacob, and have it over?
Expect the second upon the next night and at the same hour. And expect the third upon the next night, when the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more. And look that for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us. Scrooge!
Jacob, don't go, Jacob. I have so many questions, Scrooge! Jacob. The combination to your safe. Humbug. Something bad that I had to eat. I just need a good night's sleep. I don't even need a bed for that. They're too expensive. I have this wonderful chair. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am!
Well, who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past!
Long past?
No. Your past.
What business brings you here?
your welfare.
Well, thank you, but I cannot help thinking that a night of unbroken rest would be more conducive to that end.
Oh, your reclamation, then. Take heed. Rise and walk with me. Oh, do you recognize this place?
Recognize it. Spirit, good heavens, I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
Oh, your lip is trembling. And what is that upon your cheek?
It's a pimple, nothing more. Lead me where you will.
Do you recollect the way?
Remember it, Spirit. I could walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years.
Oh, Spirit, it's all the children from the schoolyard. Look, little Susie Thomas. And Spirit, look, it's Dickie Roberts. Look, little Dickie Roberts. Oh, he was a heck of a footballer. But man, you put him in a classroom and he was an idiot.
These are but the shadows of the things that have been. They have no consciousness of us.
None whatsoever. Spirit, you're sure? Because if she can see you right now, she's really uncomfortable.
They can't see a thing.
Oh, good thing.
Oh, but look. The school is not quite deserted. A solitary child is there still, neglected by his friends and family.
Spirit, it is myself as a young boy.
Yeah, you have the same fashion sense still.
I know. Well, I was before my time. Yes, but Spirit, a young boy left all alone on Christmas Eve.
Oh, Scrooge, you're getting too close. Scrooge.
Oh, by myself.
Scrooge! You're making yourself very uncomfortable.
It was a hobby.
Let us see another Christmas. Look who came to see her elder brother. Oh.
Spirit, it is my young sister. My young sister Fan. Yes. Oh, she came to take me home for good and all, home forever and ever. She said that Father was so much kinder than he used to be, that I was to be a man and never come back to the school again, and that we would have the merriest Christmas in all the world.
Oh, such a delicate creature, whom a breath could have withered. But she had a large heart and a giggling problem. Oh, well, she died a woman, but as I think, had children.
One child.
True, your nephew Fred.
Yes.
Oh, but my time grows short. Quick! Do you recognize this fair young girl?
Spirit, it is my Belle, my beautiful Belle, my first love. Oh, Belle, come to Emmy.
It matters little. Do you remember you displaced her with another idol, a golden one? And with a full heart, and for the love of the one you once were, she released you. Oh, and look, she's taken up with Dickie Roberts. Attaboy, she's a catch.
Spirit, conduct me home. Show me no more. Why do you delight to torture me?
I told you these were but the shadows of the things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Leave me be, Spirit. Take me back. Haunt me no longer.
That they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Leave me be, Spirit.
That they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Haunt me no longer. Seriously. Oh, Spirit, why do you torture me so? Oh, Fan, my beautiful sister Fan, and my lovely Belle. Dickie Roberts, really? Come on. Just get some sleep, it'll all be over with. Oh, Belle. Very well. Come to me, Spirit. I am prepared for anything. Spirit? Nothing. Well, I wasn't prepared for that. Spirit? Hello, Spirit?
Ebenezer Scrooge! Come in. Come in and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look out! You have never seen the like of me before.
Never.
Have you never walked forth with the younger members of my family, my elder brothers?
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. I'm afraid I have not, Spirit. Have you many brothers?
What is the year today? 2,000! I have had more than 2,000 brothers. Oh!
Spirit, you're
Spirit, my
dropping
wires
things.
are going crazy.
My goodness, it's more than 2,000. A tremendous family to provide for. Oh, Spirit, are you related to the Duggars?
So who now?
Never mind. Spirit, conduct me where you will, Spirit. If you are ought to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Touch it. Put your hand on it. Touch it.
You mean your table runner?
You see, in certain circles, I'm considered a feast. Touch it. Put your hand there. Oh, my goodness. Here we are at your nephew Fred's Christmas
come on.
party. Oh, you wouldn't know because you never, ever come to this Christmas party.
not.
It is a fabulous event. Oh, sometimes it's a themed party.
It's like a
Hello,
mountaineering
Freddie.
theme this year.
Oh, I love it. Freddie, stand up, my darling. Hand your... Oh, it's empty. Well, now it's empty. Ladies and gentlemen, he has been looking so very forward to giving his uncle this Christmas carol. So we can get it started. You just snap your fingers like this. Snap. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even.
Brightly shone the moon that night,
you're too young,
the frost
don't
was cruel, when a poor man came inside, gathering winter fuel.
If I'd have known it was that easy, I would have done this in scene 1. No, please, keep going. We love the choreography, Martha Graham.
What else you got?
Ooh, sit down, Freddie. Give him a round of applause. There you are, Freddie. Give him a round of applause. Wonderful. Now, touch my robe. Touch it again. Touch it again. You know you want to. Touch it. Touch. Ooh! Oh, my heavens. It is the Cratchit family Christmas. Bobby, you have done a lovely job. Hello, Belinda. I love the earrings. Look, it's the twins. They're fraternal, you see. Oh. And there he is, the youngest member of the Cratchit family. That darling, that dear, it is Tiny Tim. Stand up, Tiny. Stand up, my little Oh, my goodness, there is nothing tiny about you. Hold on, wait. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, you look adorable, Tiny. Have you been working out?
Spirit.
What are you doing after the
Spirit.
show?
Spirit.
What? Oh, yes, here we are at the Cratchit family Christmas. It is a small feast purchased with Bob's meager salary.
I pay him the minimum as required by law.
There never was such a goose. Its tenderness and flavor, size and cheapness were the themes of universal admiration. Well done, Belinda. You have outdone yourself. Please stand up again, Tiny. And listen, as that Christmas dinner came to a close, as Tiny Tim observed,
Oh, God.
he said those famous words from...
God bless us one and all.
God bless us, everyone.
God bless us everyone.
Oh, give him a round of applause. Sit down before you hurt yourself.
Spirit, Tiny Tim, he's so frail and sickly and illiterate looking. Yes,
Read a book, Tiny.
Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I'm getting a vision. Ooh, I see a vacant seat in a poor chimney corner and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, kind spirit, assure me that the boy will live.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race shall find him.
What then? If he be like to die, he'd better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Come, my time upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight, the time is drawing near.
I had no
I'm off
idea
and
Spirit's
I go.
lives
Oh
were so
my,
brief.
what is in the hip? Oh, my, oh, whoa, oh, oh! Did y'all know that's just a closet? Like I said, the time is drawing near. It's drawing nearer still. A little bit nearer now. 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 A little bit nearer now.
Yes. Spirit, you make me want to shout. Oh, Spirit, tell me, the Cratchit family, have they no refuge, no resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Oh, Spirit, you used my own words against me. I had no idea about the condition of the poor Cratchit family. Tiny Tim and his abuse of human growth hormones. The horrible effects of a Common Core education. Just let it all be over with. Oh, whatever comes will come. Just, Spirit? Spirit? I am in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You are here to show me the shadows of the things that have not been, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so, Spirit? O ghost of the future, I fear you more than any spectre that I have seen. But as I know that your purpose is to do me good, and as I wish to live to be another man from what I was, I am prepared to bear your company, and I do so with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me, Spirit? Very well, lead on. Spirit, before I draw nearer to the stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or the shadows of the things that may be only? Spirit, men's courses foreshadow certain ends in which, if persevered in, they will lead. But if these courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show to me. Very well. Ebenezer Scrooge? No, hear me, Spirit. I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been but for this intercourse. Why show me this if I am beyond all hope? Assure me I may yet change the shadows with an altered life. Oh, Spirit, Spirit, I will honor Christmas in my heart, and I will try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach us, Spirit. Assure me that I may yet sponge away the writing on that stone. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. I'm here. I'm here. The shadows of the things that would have been, they may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will be. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Merry Christmas! Wait. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I've been amongst the spirits. I don't know anything really. I'm quite a baby. Never mind, I'd rather be a baby. I don't even have time to change. Just throw my hat on. My fine lass. Can you tell me, please, what is today?
Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits, they did it all in one night. Well, of course they did. They're spirits. They can do anything. An intelligent lass, a remarkable lass. Yes. Fred. Merry Christmas, Fred. You can sit back down. I don't even care. Whatever you want to do, Fred. I'm not going to drink your wine. Fred, I'm going to come over for Christmas dinner. You keep that Christmas dinner warm. Yes. We'll play charades. We'll sing your favorite song, your boom, boom, boom. Yes. And, but Fred, the Christmas pudding your wife makes me yak. Yeah, you do, yes. I know. If she cooks it, we'll just feed it to the dog under the table. The dog pukes everywhere. It's a funny Christmas story, all right? Very good. All right, I'll see you this afternoon, Fred. Merry Christmas. Oh, my fine lady. Whatever the largest donation that you received this season, I want you to double it. No, wait. Triple it, yes, triple it, and not a farthing less. There are a great many back payments included in that I assure you. And then tomorrow, you come to my office, and we will talk about future donations. Yes, you will come see me, yes? All right, very good. Bob! Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas than I have given you in all the years. I am going to raise your salary, yes. And I'm going to endeavor to assist your struggling family, and I'm going to start today by sending you a turkey that's twice the size of Tiny Tim, and that's freaking huge! Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas!
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He was as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in all the good old world. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that be truly said of all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim finally observed,
God bless us, everyone! Boom, 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 boom. Therefore, Christian men be sure, wealth or rank possessing, ye who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing. Merry Christmas!
Everyone! Thank you.
Everyone, how are you? Are you having an absolutely marvelous time? Yes. Well, we're going to put an end to that. No. I have met Tiny Tim. Who are our other stars today? Do we have everyone's pointing at you. Oh, hello, Bob. Hello there. Don't worry, I won't be getting close because apparently you are very fertile. Quite a family, congratulations. Oh, fraternal. Yes, lovely. Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed yourselves. Now, the first story that I'm going to be telling is called The Goblin Who Stole the Sexton. And so, before anything else, I want to make sure that we all understand what on earth a sexton actually is. It's vitally important to the story that you do. Do we have any takers on the trivia challenge? Yes. Well, close. It does have to do with the church. It's actually the gentleman that takes care of your churchyard. He mows and makes sure your flowers aren't droopy and all of that sort. So that is what a sexton is. Many times the gentlemen will raise their hands and say, it's a navigational device. But that's a sextant, just so you know. It would be an entirely different story if the goblins were stealing navigational devices. Now, the gentleman we are speaking of in this story, his name is Gabriel Grubb. Not easy to say even when you are sober. Give it a try. Gabriel Grubb. Gabriel Grubb. Smarties. All right then, can you say it 3 times fast? Give it a try. Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb. He wins the speed prize. Very good. All right, well remember that, for there will be a test later, and you will need to repeat it. Now, first things first though, I cannot tell this story in a skirt. There's far too much movement, so please do not tell my mother, but I'm going to change into pantaloons for you. And, well, that's ridiculous. Seriously, what is the point of that? Some people take symmetry too far, seriously. You would pick that out because you two are perfectly matched. I love it. All right. Well, then I'm going to go into the closet very quickly, do a quick bit of a chair. Oh, hello.
No, I didn't leave that on the floor. All right, goodbye.
Well then. I'll make sure that's closed there. Always interesting. Very well then. Let me put on my pantaloons, and for all of you, Christmas spirits. Do you prefer them warm or cold? Discuss. I'll be right back. La, 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 la. Be right there. Da, 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 da. Ta-da! Thank you. Thank you. Yes, actually, there will be no show. It's just a series of quick changes to impress you. First things first, you must understand that this story actually comes from my part of the country, from an old abbey town, and it is very, very, very old. It happened so long ago, in fact, that we figure the story absolutely must be true, because our great fathers implicitly believed it. Now, there officiated a sexton and gravedigger to the churchyard, one Gabriel Grubb. Gabriel was an ill-conditioned, cross-grained, surly fellow. He was a malicious, a lonely man who consulted only with himself. Oh, and a wicker bottle. He met each merry glance with such a deep scowl of malice, of ill humour, as people could not help but feel all the worse for having ever met him. He's like that old fellow that lives down the street from you. You know, the one that the children are afraid to kick their ball into his yard. He's that man. Now, it was Christmas Eve, nearly twilight, and Gabriel shouldered his spade, lighted his lantern, and betook himself to the churchyard. You see, he had a grave to dig by morning, and he was feeling quite low, so he thought, it just might raise his spirits, perhaps, if he got about his work immediately. Yes, in order to cheer himself up, on Christmas Eve, Gabriel Grubb goes to dig a grave. I just want you to understand what we're dealing with here. With a grim smile, he walked along as he thought of measles, scarlet fever, thrush, whooping cough, yes, and all other such conciliatory thoughts. He strode along with a surly, sharp growl to any neighbours who wished him well as he passed them by. And at last he turned down the dark lane which led to the churchyard. He took off his coat, he set down his lantern, and he hopped into the unfinished grave, where he set about his work for about an hour or so, in all good spirits, of course. Brave lodgings for one, brave lodgings for one, a cold bit of earth for when life is done, a stone at the head, a stone at the feet, a nice juicy morsel for worms to eat, dank grass overhead, bed, wet clay all around, brave lodgings for one these in holy ground. At last, Gabriel set himself down on a flat tombstone, which was his favourite resting place. A coffin for Christmas. A Christmas box. Gabriel's laughter was echoed, but looking about, he saw nothing. Why, even at the base of the oldest tombstone, it was more dark, more quiet than all of the churchyard in the pale moonlight. It was the echoes.
It was not!
Gabriel started to his feet. He looked about, and finally his eyes were set upon a figure that made his blood run cold. There, perched atop a tall tombstone, sat an unearthly figure. Oh, it had fantastically long legs, and they were cocked up and crossed. Its long, sinewy arms were bare, and its hands rested upon its knees. About its short, stocky body was a tight covering with ornamental slashes, and down its back dangled a short cape with ornamental points cut into the collar. It served the goblin in lieu of a ruff. Upon its feet were shoes at which the toes curled up into long points, and on his hat was a broad-brimmed sugar-loafed hat, ornamented only with a single feather. Now the hat was covered with white frost, so it looked as though that goblin had sat upon that tombstone for 200 or 300 years. It smiled at Gabriel, with a smile as only a goblin could conjure up.
What do you hear?
Gabriel could not answer.
What do you hear on Christmas Eve?
I come to dig a grave, sir.
Come to dig a grave? And what sort of man comes to dig a grave on a night such as this? Who, you all know, say it again, Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb. What is in that bottle?
Hollands, sir?
Hollands? And what sort of man drinks Hollands alone in a churchyard on a night such as this? Who? Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb.
The cemetery echoed with voices, but Gabriel, looking about, could see absolutely nothing.
The goblin leered at the sexton, and then, well, Gabriel, that makes you our fair and lawful prize. What say you to that, Gabriel? Gabriel, what say you to that?
Well, I think it's all very, very pretty and such, but I'm going to be going back to my work now, if it please you, sir.
Work? What work?
The digging of the grave.
Oh, the digging of the grave. With this, the goblin let loose a malicious laugh, threw its legs straight into the air, and landed upon its head on top of the tombstone. Then, with a tremendous show of agility, he launched into a somersault and landed directly at the sexton's feet.
I'm going to be going now, sir.
Go? Oh, you can't go, Gabriel. You see, we want you.
I don't really see how that's possible, sir. You see, we've never met. I'm sure your friends have never even seen me.
Oh, we've seen you, Gabriel. We've seen the man with a sullen scowl who walked down the dark lane tonight. We know you, Gabriel. We know you.
With this, the Goblin King laid one hand upon Gabriel's collar, and together they sank through the earth. When Gabriel could again catch his breath, he found himself inside a large cavern, and he was surrounded on all sides by goblins, nasty, ugly, hideous little things. No offense, darling. And in the middle of the room, there sat a raised seat upon which sat his friend from the churchyard, the Goblin King. Gabriel stood by his side, without power of motion.
It is a cold night tonight. Bring us something warm to drink.
At this order, about half a dozen rather officious-looking goblins disappeared. Gabriel assumed they must be courtiers of some sort, and presently they returned carrying a goblet of fire, liquid fire.
Oh!
The goblin's cheeks and throat became practically transparent as he threw back the tankard.
Oh, it warms one indeed. Gabriel, bring a bumper of the same for our guest.
Now, it was impractical for Gabriel to attempt to argue that he was not in the habit of taking something a little warm at night. But this, the goblins held him down as another poured the liquid fire down his throat. Oh! He coughed, he sputtered, he wiped the tears from his eyes, and the whole while all the goblins laughed at him. Well done.
Oh, you miserable man. Perhaps it is time we show him some pictures from our storehouse.
At this command, a thick cloud which had covered the remoter side of the cavern rolled away, and it began to reveal a series of pictures, or scenes, if you will, to the sexton. He watched as children about a fire. Mum looks out the window. Father's home. They're so happy, so joyous. The little one lied dying. He's dead. But there's so many of them gone. But everybody is still so happy, they're so content. And what do you think of that, you miserable man? Show him more! Many a time the cloud went and came, and many a lesson it taught to the sexton, who watched on. He could not tear his gaze, not even with the repeated applications of the goblin's feet to his shoulder. No, he stared on and learned many a lesson. He learned that men who work for their scant bread with lives of labor are still happy, they're still joyous. He learned that even the most ignorant of men might still find in the sweet face of nature happiness and joy. He learned that those who are tenderly raised, who are gently nurtured, that they persevere, they are strong under suffering. He also learned that women, above all, are superior to suffering, for they carry within their bosoms an inexhaustible wellspring of devotion and affection. But above all this, he learned that men like himself, who scowl upon the happiness of others, who smile upon man's miseries, they are like weeds upon the face of the earth. And when he weighed all of the good against all of the bad, well, he had to admit it wasn't such a terrible place to live after all. No sooner had he come to this than the final cloud which had parted rolled in. It rolled upon his very senses. It lulled him to repose, and one by one the goblin faces disappeared, and he fell fast asleep. Day had broken when he woke again. There was an empty wine bottle by his side. There was his coat, his spade, his lantern, all covered with the white frost of the morning, and nearby the unfinished grave. he actually started to doubt his adventures. Oh, but the pain in his shoulder from the frequent applications of the goblin's feet, well, that was not ideal. Gabriel turned towards the town, but he stopped himself. You see, Gabriel was now a changed man. He could not bear to revisit a place where his own reformation would be disbelieved. It would break his heart. And so he turned away, and he went to find his scant bread elsewhere. You see, Gabriel was a changed man. And who was this changed man? You know, Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb, Gabriel Grubb. Bravo, well done, you made it. Lovely. All right, darlings, all right, darlings. Now, it simply will not do for me to tell the little match girl in pantaloons. So I'm going to put my skirt back on, if you'll pardon me for a... Make sure there's no one in there this time. All right, just me. Now, while I'm gone, let's see. Oh, it is the holidays. At some point, we're all going to be surrounded by friends and or family. So, who is the Gabriel Grubb in your group? Be right back. Discuss. Na, 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 na. Almost there. Da, 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 da. I'm coming. Ta-da! Thank you, thank you. All right, now, a bit of mood lighting. Doesn't make much difference in the daylight, but I like doing it anyway. All right, now, our second story is actually written by one Mr. Hans Christian Andersen. Are we all familiar with this gentleman? Lovely. Many of the youngsters are not. I generally tell them to please read him, but know that he will destroy Disney for them. Now, there are two things that you may all count on from Hans Christian Andersen. Number one, somebody is going to die. But secondly, somehow it is going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever read. He has a magic that way. Now, for this particular story, you must understand, first of all, it is jolly old London town, and it is a very, very bitter cold holiday season. The snow is falling, and it is nearly evening, the last evening of the year. And a little girl walks through the streets unattended, a pitiful sight, really, bareheaded, barefoot. The snow falls in her pretty fair hair, which hangs in little ringlets about her neck. Now, mind you, when she left home, she had slippers on, of course she did. But what good had they been? They were far too large for her. They were her mother's, and she'd lost them as she ran across the road. So now she wandered through London on feet that were red and blue with the cold. She wore an old apron, and in the pockets of which there were packets of matches. And she also carried a box filled with the same. Matches? Matches for sale? Matches? Do you wish for matches for your father? Matches? But no one had bought a single match. And no one had given her a cent either. It was pretty, though. All of the windows were lit from the inside, and in the air there was an aroma of roast goose. It was New Year's Eve. So the little girl found a corner she could sit in, pulled her little feet up underneath her for warmth. It was bitter cold. But you see, she was afraid to go home. Well, she had not sold a single match. Her father would surely berate her. Besides, it was cold at home too. They had nothing over them but a roof through which the wind whistled. Her hands, they were so cold they were almost beyond use. She could not help but think to herself, if she could light just one match, she might be able to warm her hands by it. She pulled one from the box. Up against the stone wall, ratch! It sputtered to life. Oh, it glowed like a candle, but it gave off a peculiar light. It actually seemed to the little girl as though she was sitting before a great iron stove with brass knobs and a brass lid,
and she held her feet up to it to warm them by the fire. But then the flame went out, the stove disappeared, and she was left only with a burnt-out match. A second match. Ratch against the stone wall. But this time, when the light fell upon the stone wall, it actually became transparent, veil-like, and she could see through it into a large room. In the middle of the room, there was a huge table covered with a snow-white cloth and shining dinner service, and in the middle, a tremendous goose. Oh, it was stuffed with apples and pears. And then, to the little girl's amazement, that goose jumped off the table and began to waddle towards the little girl. It had a fork and a knife stuck out of its breast. But the match went out and the goose disappeared. There was only a stone wall. A third match. Ratch! This time, the little girl found herself beneath the most beautiful Christmas tree she had ever seen. Oh, it was magnificent. She reached her hands up to touch it. There were thousands of candles burning in its green branches, and the lights went up and up. Even when her match burnt out, it seemed to the little girl that the lights were never ending. They turned into the very stars in the sky. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, dearly oped, and the soul felt. Now somebody has to die. You see, the little girl's grandmother, the only person who had ever loved her and who was now passed, she taught the little girl that when you see a shooting star, it means that a soul has gone up to heaven to be with God. A fourth match. Ratch! Grandmother! Oh, grandmother. Oh, please, please, please take me with you, please. Because when the match blows out, you're going to disappear. You will vanish. You will vanish just like the stove and the goose in the great big Christmas tree. Please take me with you, please. The little girl grabbed a whole packet of matches from her pocket, rubbed it against the wall. Ah, the glow was magnificent. It was brighter than daylight. Oh, her grandmother had never looked so grand, so beautiful. She took the little girl in her arms, and together they flew up into the sky, higher and higher. They went so high that there was no cold. There was no hunger. There was no fear. You see, they were with God. But in the corner, there sat the little girl with her rosy cheeks and a big smile on her face. She was frozen to death. In her hand was a nearly burnt-out bundle of matches. Oh, the poor dear. She was trying to warm herself. That's all people would say. How could they know? How could they imagine the beautiful things that she had seen? Nor just how happily, how gloriously she had gone into that bright new year. Lully, thou little tiny child, by
Bye bye, Luli, Lule. And that's your bittersweet story. Thank you.
Madeline, the Crosleys told me to check to see if you'd like a glass of wine to relax your nerves before the show starts.
Oh, Gulliver, why that's so thoughtful of you to think about my needs. Or the Crosleys to think about.
Yes,
Yes,
Crosleys.
I would love a glass of wine.
Red or white?
Red, like the color of love.
Very good. All right, I'll be back. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gulliver, thank you. You're so wonderful, thank you. Thank you. I just think Gulliver is a dish, don't you? Oh, he's adorable. I've had a little bit of a crush on him for some time now. You see, we both used to be actors over in England, and we were part of the same traveling troupe, and we actually used to tell the story Gift of the Magi. But at the time, he was seeing this other girl, my best friend Victoria. I hated her guts. But she's no longer in the picture, and we're both here, and who knows, with the holidays, maybe something could happen. I would like to think so, at least. So we'll see. We shall see. But I don't know. Perhaps with the holidays, I should declare my feelings for him. What do you think? Yes. I should probably tell him what I feel. I think he might take it well. It's hard. He can be very dense sometimes. He does not always get it. So perhaps, okay, what if I wrote my feelings for him in a Christmas card? Dear Gulliver, Merry Christmas, and by the way, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You are the sun and the moon and the stars. What do you think? Well, I think I need to hit him over the head with it. All right, well, if that doesn't work, if that's maybe a little too much, what if I wrote a song for him? A Christmas song?
Lovely.
Lovely. Oh, he likes that idea. Do you all know...
Madeline, unfortunately, Betsy Trotwood and Great Aunt Victoria have cleared our casks, so I couldn't get you any wine right now.
Oh.
But we do have another situation where apparently somebody from across the bay has sent you poinsettias from over from Mexico, which apparently are your favorite flower, and we're trying to figure out what suitor or caller may have sent you said poinsettias, because we have
so
protocol
thoughtful.
here at the Powell Crosley estate that any package or gift that is sent to the estate itself must be checked for poison or anything that could harm anybody who's in here. It's almost like a precursor to the TSA, really, honestly. So, is there anybody that you might know that is a caller or a suitor that might have sent you these flowers?
Well, I could think of who I'd like them to be from.
All right, well, that doesn't really help our case.
Oh.
Do you know who, anybody?
Oh, well, he's about yay tall. He's ginger complexion, blue eyes.
All right. Matthew Johnson, who we used to perform with within Hamlet and everything over in the Soho, right?
Yes,
All right,
Matthew.
fantastic, thank you. I'll be right back.
You see what I mean? Very dense, yes. All right, well, let's try a song, shall we? Maybe he'll get that. Do you all know "O Christmas Tree"? Yes. Yeah. What if we changed the lyric from "O Christmas Tree" to "O Gulliver"? And I could make up some words, and you all could sing the refrain with me. Shall we try this?
Sure.
All right. So, "O Gulliver, O Gulliver, how are your eyes so deep a blue? O Gulliver, O Gulliver, I dream one day I'll be with you, not only at the Powell Crosley estate, but in your arms I do await. O Gulliver, O Gulliver, I dream one day I'll be with you." Yes? Well, you all were very helpful. Well, we'll see. Perhaps we could sing it for him later.
Did someone just say my name? I heard it down the hall.
Well, as a matter of fact, no. We were saying "O Schmulliver."
Oh, my Jewish cousin over in the Soho too, yes.
Yes.
What is it, 4th or 5th night? Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I believe it's time for your show to start, so
All right.
I'm going to close this door. Break legs, Madeline.
Thank
Best
you,
of luck to
Gulliver.
you.
You're so sweet. Thank you. Oh, I chickened out. I'm so sorry. Hey, that's not very nice. Well, who knows? It's still time before Christmas. Something could happen. Do you all know who started the tradition of gift giving during Christmas? There were... Yes, the Magi. And there's this lovely story called Gift of the Magi by O. Henry, who is an American author, which I shall now share with you. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. $1.87. That's all. And 60 cents of it is in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time. Pennies saved by bulldozing the grocer, or the vegetable man, or the butcher, until one's cheeks burn with the silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealings implied. $1.87. And tomorrow is Christmas. Well, clearly, there's nothing left to do but... Excuse me. Which instigates the moral reflection that life is made up of sobs and sniffles, with the sniffles predominating. Well, while I'm gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second, have a look at the home. A furnished flat at $8 per week. Well, it did not exactly beggar description, but it certainly had a word on the lookout for the mendicancy squad. In the vestibule below is a letter box with a card bearing the name Mr. James Dillingham Young. The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity when its possessor was being paid $30 a week. Now, though, when the income is shrunk to $20, we're thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming D. But whenever Mr. James Dillingham Young comes home and reaches the flat above, he's simply called Jim, and he is greatly hugged by me. I'm Della. Tomorrow is Christmas Day, and I only have $1.87 to buy Jim a present. I have been saving every penny I could for months. $20 a week doesn't go far. Expenses have been far greater than we calculated. They always are. Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. My Jim. Many a happy hour I have spent planning for something nice for him. Something fine and rare and sterling. Something just a little bit more near the honor of being worthy of being owned by Jim. Now there's a pier glass between the windows of the room. Perhaps you have all seen a pier glass in an $8 flat. A very thin and agile person may, by observing his reflection in a series of rapid longitudinal strips, obtain a fairly accurate conception of one's looks. I seem to have mastered the art. Now, there are two possessions of the James Dillingham Young in which we both take a mighty pride. One is Jim's gold watch, which has been his father's and his grandfather's. The other is my hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in the flat across the air shaft, I would have let my hair lay out the window to dry, just to depreciate all of Her Majesty's gold and jewels. Had King Solomon been a janitor, with all of his treasures piled up high in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed just to see him pluck at his beard with envy. My hair. Madame Sofroni, hair goods of all kinds, wigs. Perhaps if I cut and sell my hair, I might have just enough money to buy Jim a worthy Christmas present. Yes, I believe that is what I shall do. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. The last 2 hours have tripped by on rosy wings. Forget the hashed metaphor. I was ransacking the shops for Jim's present. I finally found it at last. A platinum fob chain, simple and chaste in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone and not by meretricious ornamentation, as all good things should do. It is even worthy of the watch. Well, as soon as I saw it, I knew it must be Jim's. It is like him, quietness and value. The description applies to both. $21 they took for it. And I hurried home with the 87 cents. With this chain on his watch, well, Jim can be properly anxious about the time in any company. Grand as the watch is, he sometimes looks at it on the sly on account of the old leather strap he uses in place of a chain. If Jim doesn't kill me before he takes a second look at me, he'll think I look like a Coney Island chorus girl. But what was I to do? What could I have done with $1.87? Dear God, please let Jim think I'm still pretty. They look it up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
And by the light of that same star, 3 wise men came from a country far to see the... Tell, you've cut off your hair.
Jim, darling, don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold because I couldn't stand the thought of Christmas without giving you a present. It'll grow out again. You won't mind, will you? My hair grows so awfully fast. Say Merry Christmas, Jim, and let's be happy. You don't know what a beautiful, nice gift I've got for you.
Tell, you've cut off your hair and
Cut it off and sold it. Don't you like me just as well anyhow? I'm still me without my hair, ain't I?
You say your hair is gone and...
Well, you needn't look for it. It's gone, I tell you. Sold and gone. It's Christmas Eve, boy. Be good to me, for it went for you. Maybe the hairs on my head are numbered, but no one could ever count my love for you. Shall I put the chops on, Jim?
Oh, no. Don't make any mistake about me. I don't think there is anything in the way of a haircut or a shave or a shampoo that could make me like my girl any less. But if you'll unwrap this package, you may see why you had me going a while at first. Go ahead.
All right. The combs!
A set of combs side and back that you so long worshipped in a Broadway window.
Beautiful combs!
Pure tortoiseshell with jeweled rims, just the shade to wear.
And
I knew that your
hair.
heart so simply craved and yearned over them with the least hope of possession.
They're so expensive.
And now, they're yours.
My hair grows so awfully fast. Oh! I almost forgot your present.
No, you really didn't have to.
Isn't it a dandy? I hunted all over town to find that. Oh, you'll have to look at the time 100 times a day now. Oh, give me your watch. I want to see how it looks on.
Del, let's put our Christmas presents away and keep them a while. You know, they're too nice just to use a present in. Del, I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs. Yeah. Now then, suppose you put the chops on?
The Magi, as you know, were wise men, wonderfully wise men.
Because they invented the art of giving Christmas presents.
Because, being wise, their gifts were no doubt wise ones, possibly bearing the privilege of exchange in case of duplication.
Yes. And here we are,
Two fools in a flat.
who most unwisely sacrifice for each other the greatest treasures of our home. Let it be said that of all those who give gifts, we too are the wisest. Oh, all who give and receive gifts such as they are wisest.
Everywhere they are the wisest. We are the Magi.
Then tread in those wise men three, full reverently upon their knee. Then offered there in his presence their gold and myrrh and frankincense. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Gulliver, it was lovely to have you join me for that.
Yeah, of course, yes. I mean, I love joining you. We used to do it for years over in England. It was
I know,
wonderful.
I
Yeah.
know, it was wonderful.
Yes.
So what do you all think? Shall we try a little song for Gulliver?
The song.
Yes, we worked on a song before you got here.
You worked on it so long. What was it, like 5 or 10 minutes before I even got there?
Yes, well, they all were very quick studies.
Oh, well, fantastic. Good for you. Yes. Well, I would love to hear a song, I suppose.
I will lead you all, and we will do this together, all right? Oh, Gulliver, how are your eyes so deep a blue? Oh, Gulliver, I dream one day I'll be with you, not only at the Crosley estate, but in your arms I do await. Oh, Gulliver, I dream one day I'll be with you. So what do you say?
I don't get it.
What do you mean?
It's just the complex lyrics and the inspiration and motivation of the piece. I just. I mean, all right, come here. There you go.
Oh, why, that was lovely. Thank you, Gulliver.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, I've actually wanted to be with you for years.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yes, yes. You remember Victoria?
Yes.
Yes. your best friend, you know,
Yes.
that I was with years
Yes,
ago.
I loved her.
Yeah. Well, I actually wanted to be with you the whole time, so it is. Yes.
Oh, it's a Christmas wonderful miracle.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
suppose so. Yes.
Well, I missed something. Oh, that's grand.
Yes, isn't it wonderful,
Yes.
Sebastian?
That's grand.
I caught on.
We should celebrate. So what we're going to do in celebration is we're going to go back down outside. You can take the outside staircase if you'd like, and go find a place on the wall to sit. And we're going to do some more Christmas carols, and you can sing along with us. All right? Okay. Quickly. You've heard of pirates, right? Pirates have a ship. They have a cannon on that ship. Well, we know of a gentleman by the name of Pachelbel. He was not a pirate, but he too had a cannon. La 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 la
Well, the few and hardy who decide to stick around this frigid conditions and see the end here, we would like to sing a few more songs for you. Let's start off with one of my favorites. I think Angels We Have Heard on High. Sing along with us. The third verse is very difficult, but we'll lead you through it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Here comes the hard part. Here we go. Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Well done, everyone. Good job.
Well, here we are on the bay where there's so many ships. Why don't we
There's
sing?
ships, I see them. They're
Well,
right there.
yes.
There's three. There are three.
Yes.
Oh, they're plunging down the water.
Those are penguins.
Oh.
Yes, so let's do We Saw Three Penguins. I mean, 3 ships.
All
Three
right.
ships, yes.
Let's do it in funny characters.
Oh, that
you
would be
are a
lovely for
funny
you.
character.
You be yourself. How's that?
All right.
All right.
1, 2, 1,
two.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in.
Oh, Christmas Day, oh, Christmas Day.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in.
Oh, Christmas Day in the morning, and what was in their ships all three?
Oh, Christmas Day, oh, Christmas Day.
And what was in their ships all three?
On Christmas Day in the morning, the Virgin Mary and Christ were there.
Oh, Christmas Day, oh, Christmas Day.
The Virgin Mary and Christ were there.
Oh, Christmas Day in the morning, so let us all rejoice and may.
On Christmas Day, oh, Christmas Day.
So let us all rejoice and may.
On Christmas Day in the morning, I saw 3 ships come sailing in. On Christmas Day, on Christmas Day, I saw 3 ships come sailing in. On Christmas Day in the morning. That was fun. Jolly good time.
Oh, down the hall, last
down
one on
the
the
hall.
left. How many
Thank you.
times?
No, I'm all right with that. No. I would like, speaking of ships, to dedicate a song to all of the gentlemen on those ships.
No gentlemen on ships. Oh, no.
She has a point.
True. Well, not once they reach port. All right. How about to the gentlemen in the audience?
Oh,
God
what
rest
3
ye
of
merry
them?
gentlemen.
Oh, yes. Wonderful.
Please sing along.
1, 2, 3, 4.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our heavenly Father a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Hit it!
Don't think that's the same song anymore.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Come here, Pumpkin. Come here.
Yes, I think we should sing Joy to the World.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Didn't see that coming from a mile away.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Oh, let every heart prepare Him rule. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations rule. The glories of His righteousness, and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare Him rule. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
Well done. Good job.
Have you all had a wonderful afternoon?
Excellent.
Oh, I am so very pleased. Could you give all of my performers a wonderful round of applause? Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining all of us. We do have to come to an end, unfortunately, but we would love it if you would join us in singing our final carol, Silent Night.
Yay!
1, 2, 3.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night,
us, Lord, at thy birth.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this wonderful afternoon. We know that your family may be very near or very far, but we hope that they are there close to you in your heart, because you are now part of our family, and we are so very blessed to have you there. Merry, Merry Christmas.
We want to thank all of you for coming and making us part of your Christmas holiday season. We hope that we will become part of your family's traditions for years to come, because the party's not going to stop. Remember to always honor Christmas in your heart and try to keep it throughout the year. Merry Christmas.
Sleep in heavenly peace.
And as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, bundle up, because people could die in this weather, and follow us out this way. Merry Christmas.